Hello and welcome back to another round of Grand Arena Championships. This is Season 7, Week 3, Round 2. Let's see who we're matched up against. For this round, we are matched against Anna Pazkeen. Let's see how we match up. Alright, looking at the overview, I have a lot of green on my side. So let's look at it more closely. I have a higher rank, better best score, about twice as many offensive wins, twice as many defensive wins. He hardly ever goes under, or they hardly ever go under size. Looking at the summary, you can see I hold an advantage in almost every single category. My mods are better. Our relics are about the same. That's the one thing that we're even on. So I'm not sure how we got matched up, but you got to fight the person who's put in front of you. So let's look at the board. As you can see, they've already attacked and they cleared the top 2 zones, which is about what I expected to happen. Let's look at what they were able to do. They took out my Night Sisters in one shot. I put my Grievous up front this time because I didn't expect them to get to the back zone on the bottom, and my Newt team. I didn't plan on taking Bosk against Night Sisters because they don't normally set their Night Sisters on defense, so I took Django off the boss team and put him with Newt. In the back, I put my bugs for ships and they ran through that really quick. I'm sure only got 1 reinforcement out. Looking at the bottom, you can see I've put both my Revens on defense. I looked at his roster and I noticed that my Darth Revan and my Bastila were both faster than his. I didn't think that they would be able to clear them, so I decided to go ahead and put my Jedi Knight Revan down there as well and just block this zone completely, and it worked. In the back, because I didn't expect them to get through, I threw my Ewoks and a really terrible Phoenix squad. Again, never expected them to get that far. Looking at their defense, they left me a Jedi Knight Revan squad, a really weird kind of Wigs team, and then a pretty low level crew. I'm not anticipating any issues with any of these squads. Looking at their bottom zone, you can see they've left me a pretty weak Karth team and then Shaak Ti with clones and Qui-Gon Jinn. So this is where we're going to start. Let's go ahead and get these guys out so we can see what the back zone on the bottom is. Starting with that Shaak Ti squad, I'm just going to 4-man it with CLS with Old Ben. I'm going to take out Shaak Ti first so she can't get Retribution up for all those clones. That's gone. And now I'll work on Fives. Fives is the only relic character that they put on defense. Relic 4. So I knew it would take a little bit to chew through him, but I was confident that my Chewie and Han and CLS could go through there. But what I wasn't taking into account was my counterattack. So I killed Clone Sergeant there, and that should have triggered Five's Savior mechanic, because he does have both Zetas. But I'm pretty sure that the bug that's in play, where if you don't put Fives in the 5 spot, it doesn't work, came into play. So he didn't trigger, they didn't become super clones, and it turned out to be a fairly simple battle. Chewing through this Karth squad, I have so many options. Because I put junk in the back of my defense, I had a bunch of a bunch of teams to choose from. I chose to do Geos and figured I'd just get out mission right from the get-go. I feel like Geos are one of the most versatile teams. They can go against so many different squads and be a counter. Between all of their assisting and the fact that the Brute gets hit with most of the damage and he's not taken into consideration when your banners are tallied, and the fact you've got a heal with Alpha, they just seem like almost a perfect counter. Now I do make a mistake. I heal there early. I thought I'd be able to get these out pretty quick, and I should have waited. And until it wrapped around again. You'll see that they do get a hit in on, I think it's Soldier, and I end up losing a banner because of it. But just chewing away here is Zalbar. Johnny's stealth, so I can't even hit her. There we go, that's the hit they had on him. And you can see my heals on cooldown, and I'm able to chew through them now too quickly. I can't wrap back around to recoup that. But 59 is still good. I will take that. Looking at what they have in the back. You can see they have a Padme squad, and I misspoke earlier. They actually do have more relics. They're all on this Padme squad. That is by far their most difficult squad they put on defense, and I was expecting that. But I'm going to come up here. Normally I like to do the top first and just get this zone cleared so that I ensure that I have both the front zones cleared. So I'm going to take out this Jedi Knight Revan squad with my Padme. And so far, not good. Piling on Kenobi. So I'll get some defense up. And it's interesting. There are so many squads that I play with that I understand to a degree, but because they were never my arena team, I haven't put in the reps of playing them over and over and over again. So I know the general base mechanics of the squads, and yet there are little nuances that I miss. And I feel like Padme is one of those squads where I'm not always doing things in the right order. I'm maybe not even taking into account certain mechanics that are there. I thought Anakin was going to get him out there. So I know I could be better with Padme. Like right here, I totally didn't realize Padme had 23 stacks of courage, but it worked out because I was able to one-shot Jedi Knight Revan. Here I'd like to take out Grandmaster Yoda, but because my C-3PO is stealth, he keeps getting stealth, so I'm forced to go after Bastila. I would like to eventually get Ahsoka relicked up, both for the team as well as for her ship. I've recently gotten Padme and Kenobi both to Relic 1, and when I get the resources, I'll get them up higher. 57 banners is fine. So I'm now going to go after and take out this really weird Wig squad. I don't really know what they're doing with that. My opponent's roster was not bad at all. They had plenty of teams that they could have been taking here, but instead they chose this mishmash and put them up front to boot. So I'm going to take troopers. I'm getting counterattacked a little bit here, but get the kill, get the turn meter train started. Decide to take out their weakest members first, and then I'll move on to Akbar and finally Old Ben. Now, I did lose a little protection on Veers that I didn't make up, so 59 is fine, but a nice quick battle is what I like. Now, before I do this crew team, because it is easy, so easy, I'm actually going to jump back down and do that Padme squad just to make sure that I get it down. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and use my Traya. And I'm going to put in Baze. I like to have an extra auto taunter at the beginning just to soak up some of the early damage. But it turned out that Thrawn went first, and I immediately screwed up. I should have passed turn meter to Traya to put Isolate on Padme, and I didn't. It's been so long since I've done this counter that I just totally brain farted. I wasn't thinking about it. And here I'm worried that they're going to kill Nihilus. But even with all their relics, Nihilus was chunky enough to still get through it. And I stripped their buffs here, and finally we get to Traya so that I can isolate Padme so that she can't give out all the protection up. And now it's just a matter of time to get Anakin down. Decide to go against him first, since Kenobi's got the fracture, and Padme's got the isolate. Give the turn meter to Nihilus, and my Annihilate's up, so take him out. He's my big threat. My fracture expired on Kenobi, so I'm stuck behind his taunt again. I have seen some people flip-flop it where they isolate Kenobi so he can't taunt and then fracture Padme. I personally like to do it this method instead. I can deal with Kenobi getting the occasional taunt, but I would hate for Padme to have a fracture that then expires, and now she can do her abilities to get them protection up and work courage and all that. So this is my preference. And as soon as the fracture comes up, I can put it back on Kenobi and get Padme out of there. And now we can work on Ahsoka. And at this point, I'm starting to think about recovering banners. So you can see there, I went ahead and put the isolate on Kenobi now since Padme's gone. But I'm starting to look at who can I try and recover some protection on. And now my idea of bringing in Baze to help out with the pre-taunt is kind of backfiring on me. I probably didn't need him, although, you know, his buff stripping abilities is fine, and the fact that he could soak up damage, you can see he soaked up quite a bit, which is fine. So we're gonna go ahead and take Ahsoka out. I could have annihilated Kenobi there, but again, I'm trying to stall out a little bit to try and see if I can't get a few more banners. That's why I took the time to kill C-3PO. And I was able to get one more defense up there with Thrawn, but as it turns out, it didn't matter. And even though my notifications are off, notification went through. I find the only way to get that to be blocked completely is just to hide notifications on specific conversations. So sorry about that. 57 against his best team is totally fine. Next we have the Ewoks. Now this is the 8th battle of this Grand Arena Championship, and 7 of my 8 opponents have put Ewoks for me on defense. So I will solo it with Nest. I'm speeding it up even faster than normal because you've seen this 6 other times, and it's just a whole bunch of countering. I sometimes will put my game down and walk away because I'm not worried in the least, but there goes 63 banners. Good job, Nest. She always comes through for me. So the bottom zone is now done. I just have one more team up here with the Kylo Ren. They're very low as well. Now, I had a bunch of teams that I could have used. I could have used JTR and whatnot, but I didn't set my Shock T clones on defense this time just because I brought that Grievous squad up from the back to the front. So I had them available. I honestly have never, ever played them on offense. So this is my first time, and I just thought I would give it a shot because I wanted to experience them. And you can see I've already made the mistake of having 5s taunt. I know you're not supposed to do that, but honestly, this crew team is so weak. I didn't have any worry that any of my toons were going to die at all at any point. So even then, it didn't matter. As you can see, they're tearing through this Kylo team. Although 5s is taking some damage, and currently the only gear 12s on here, well, I guess R2 is a gear 12, and so is Shock T, and so is Rex, but my Echo and my 5s are both gear 11 still, and I still have a couple Zetas. You can see I'm reading different abilities because I'm not sure what they do, and I forgot that I went to go Rexecute crew, and I forgot that he doesn't suffer from those type of effects. So 59 is fine. 5's had his protection gone, and in the back he put his Akbar fleet. He likes to keep his negotiator for offense. I keep saying he, it could be she. Her name is Anna. She likes to keep, they like to keep their negotiator on offense. So I didn't have any worries at all bringing my negotiator against a Millennium Falcon fleet. I do absolutely need to continue to get my fleet members up in gear. I am now only 40 more shards, tokens, whatever, from unlocking the Malevolence. So when that happens, I will then switch back to leveling up the negotiator, because mine is only 5 stars, so I'm gonna lose 4 banners for that right from the get-go. Brought in Plo there, try and heal up some. But almost lost Ahsoka. So again, another good reason to get Ahsoka Relic, just so her ship is a little better. And you can see, I don't think I've ever read that ability to see, does it actually give them a little healing or not? And it does give them some added protection, apparently. So I used that, just making sure I didn't lose anybody here. But with just the Falcon left, I wasn't too worried. And they got in the Ghost anyway, and took away some more banners from me. So I brought in 5s. All in all, a pretty easy fleet battle as far as the mine go. Never any doubts. And only 59 banners, but part of that is because I have a 5-star negotiator. So that's it. Looking at the final score, we have 1924 to 1312. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.